I can't beat that at all. Like that's they've shown me a lot of love and support, and I always try to give that back, not just on the field but off the field.
What's it mean for them just being so excited to see you?
Man, it's unbelievable. That's the part that gives you joy. Like you kind of lose sight of some things sometimes when the business gets involved, but I never lost sight of the way they supported me and the way that I pour into them and the way they poured into me. So at the end of the day, it's business, but it has nothing to do with them. And any chance I could come out here, do what I got to do in there, but come out and show them my support and how much I love them, I'm going to always do that. I've always been that way.
To watch them on the field, how is that for you?
Oh, man, you're talking about
Just watch them practice.
Yeah, man, it's tough, but, it's the business right now and just trying to take things day by day.
Why did you want to come in today?
I'm here.
All right, so you guys saw the training camp highlights. You guys saw some Terry Mclaurin stuff, and then just some, receivers and, even some linebackers doing some drills. So some good stuff there. The big news of the day, we'll talk about it for a couple minutes. It's news, but not really. Terry Mclaurin is holding in, meaning he's going to be there, but, they're going to make up some injury, and he's not going to be, practicing. So he's on the PUP list. He was at the team's training facility, and he arrived without a new deal, but with some sort of ankle injury. They put him on the PUP list, so not a big deal if they put him on. At this point, it's just if he starts the season on it, then it's an issue, but that's not going to happen unless they don't come to terms on a contract extension. So he was out for 3 days, so like $150K in fines. So there's a lot of fines, and it was just going to continue to go up and up and up in terms of the days he's missing. So 150K is a lot less than, what it could have been. So he is back and not practicing, but I think it's a good thing that's, he's there, and it's a little bit less of a distraction. And again, he's there, and it'll be easier maybe to get a deal done. So, you guys saw the clips, he autographed for fans, he's the best. Terry's the best. So, no, issues there. But let's talk about some things that happened during camp today. Let's see. So, fans were there. That's the first thing. Fans were there, which is cool. I will be there on Tuesday. Jalen Lange, Corey Brooks, KJ Osborne, and Demetrius Felton, they were all catching punts. I was like, who's Demetria? But I'm pretty sure it's Demetric Felton. That is the guy he's trying to say. Santana Moss inducted into the Ring of Fame. That's really cool. So Noah Brown had a nice one-handed catch in 7v7s. Carlin Vigors, undrafted free agent, nice PBU working against Gallup, and would have been a nice sideline grab by Gallup before Vigors knocked it away. Corey Krosky Merritt was mentioned by Zach Selby, saying he really likes his change of direction and quickness. He just had a really nice run up the middle and saw him weave through defenders for a decent game. We'll get an even better idea of this on Tuesday when the pads come on. So Jalen Lane apparently made the catch of camp, stunning a lot of people. So he made a wild catch at the end of the 2-minute drills. Jaden threw it up to him in double coverage in the corner of the end zone, and the rookie got both feet in for the score. So, hey, Jaden is trusting the rookie wide receiver, so that's cool to see. And then Hartman to Strachan made a nice catch over Bobby Price. Jaden was the first player to celebrate with the receiver. So cool stuff there. First time I've heard Hartman's name, in these drills. So, that's cool there. I know Sam Hartman's a little bit of a fan favorite. And then, Strachan and Strachan made the nice grab over Bobby Price. So cool to see that there. Let's go to Lionel, who has even more usually. Let's see if he has any breakdowns from today. I don't know if he does have the play-by-play, but again, we'll go over some other, takeaways from today, go over some of the other reporters too. But Jalen Lane making a big, that's the first time, he's made a catch like that. And also, you guys can see this tweet right here, Terry on the field with his agent. But that's the first time we've heard really Jalen Lane's name in a positive way offensively. I mean, we've heard him, doing the punt returns and stuff. But hey, for him to, come up with that catch is huge, is absolutely huge. So I'm really happy about that. And DQ talked about the, to just talk before camp like he usually does, says, I'm really pumped Terry's here. He's such an awesome competitor. And they're still working on a deal, so that's great. And then what else was I gonna say? I thought this is a great tweet by JP Finley. For the concern about McLaurin's ankle, I bet it would get better with an 8-figure check, and I definitely agree on that one. So don't worry about that. And you see McLaurin signing for the fans. I think that's absolutely cool to see. And then Santana Moss actually said, just pay him. You gotta pay Terry McLaurin. So, that's another, one of the all-time great Redskins is Santana Moss, and his, what he says, definitely means something. So I don't know why my computer is acting up right here, but I want to see this Jalen Lane clip because, that seems like a great catch. So. I guess 3 days of minicamp is $105,000 in fines. Missing 4 is $200K in fines. Losing workout bonus is $500K. This is another perspective on the Jalen Lane catch. Caught the ball over 2 defenders in the back of the end zone during the last team period. And then she talked about the Michael Strachan catch as well. Same corner of the end zone, jumping over Bobby Price for the touchdown. Offense went nuts on the sideline. Peak day 4 of camp moment. And I think what I was thinking when I heard the play-by-play on the Jalen Lane play is that, hey, maybe because, Jaden threw in double coverage, or maybe that's just him throwing in double coverage. He thinks he can make the throw. Also, who knows? Maybe he's like, you know what? This rookie, we need him to make some plays. We need him to step up. Let me give him an opportunity to do that. And maybe that's, what it was. Again, maybe I'm reading a little bit too much into it, but you can't underestimate Jaden Daniels and, just his awareness on all this stuff. So, that's what I'll say there. Also, they did release Fentrell Cypress, cornerback, I believe out of FSU. Not completely sure there. It was either him or Robert McDaniel, who's from FSU. But, yeah. So the big news of the day, I guess, is Terry McLaurin's there. And Jalen Lane made the catch. And my computer is bugging. But, yeah, that's kind of it for today's video. I know there wasn't a lot of information in terms of the play-by-play. Let me real quick go to my guy Brandon, I believe, who was there during training camp, just so you guys can see what he had to say. So he said, Mike Sanders, I don't even know why I didn't mention it. Mike Sanders still had another interception today. Apparently it was a really good interception. Cornerback room's legit. DB room had a good amount of PBUs and good coverage. Offense with Jaden looked good, looked great in no huddle red zone drills. QB1's clutch. Talked about Jalen Lane. D-line looked great. Got to the QB and generated good pressure. And Corey Brooks had a few drops today. Something to clean up. So I think the last part is really good insight. Just, because we've been hearing good things about Jalen Lane this whole time. Or not Jalen Lane, Ja'Cory Brooks. And, getting some good insight about him having a couple drops today is good insight, and it's something to watch out for these next few days. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoy. Hit that like button, subscribe if you guys new, and peace.